Welcome back to Euzoia, the podcast for life maxing. And for this episode today, we're going to be talking about how to deepen your relationships. So, Christoph, give us the summary of how to deepen your relationships.
So before we think about how to deepen them, I think it's interesting to understand like a fundamental dynamics of all friendships, or most of them anyway. And that is, on average, you have less friends than your friends. This is like another way to think about this is like you're just more likely to be friends with a person who has a lot of friends because maybe they're a social butterfly or something. But that's just graph theory and statistics. There's a Wikipedia page on the friendship paradox. Now, what that means in practice is that if everybody would, for example, reach out to one friend every day, less than one person would less people would reach out to you than you would reach out to. And this kind of helps to understand why it does make sense to try to put in more effort than you think if you kind of just put the average effort in than you perceive from other people coming towards you, right? Because of this weird, just property of your friendship graph that on average your friend have more friends than you. Okay, given that, how can you deepen relationships, right? Like I think on average, a good friendship takes like 100 to 200 hours of like really time together to build. So you have to make that time, right? The first step there is just reaching out of them, right? Like, for example, whenever you think of them, whenever like you feel a need for it, just open your phone, text them, say hi, right? Like it sounds like not that hard, but then somehow some people are really good at it and some other people are just like not really acting on that feeling, right? I know that for myself, I often like walk through the world and think of lots of people. Do I take that as a reason to then reach out of them? Like not often enough, right? Like sometimes I'll feel lonely. Do I then do the natural thing and reach out to people to like not be lonely anymore? No, like sometimes I just feel guilty or like weird for being lonely. But if you think about this, like if you feel hungry, like you eat something. It's like the most obvious thing to like, clearly I don't want to be hungry, like let me eat something. But like somehow, at least for me, like can't speak for everybody, right? Like, but that feels like less natural for example, when feeling lonely. So like, just reach out to people. If you want to be extra nerdy about this, you could make a list of all your friends. And I actually have that, or like contacts. And again, like this is extra nerdy, but I find this super helpful because if I now go to a new city or a city I haven't visited in a while, we're like, like who do I know here? Like, let me just reach out to a bunch of people. Like, sure, I could rely on my memory, but like my memory is famously bad. Similarly, like if I organize a birthday party, it's like if I would just rely on my memory, I would like miss two people, which I really don't want to, and I care about them. So like, let me just be the nerd and like make the list, right? Like this seems like a bit weird maybe, but for me it really helps. And then in that list, maybe you can also just every now and then it's like, let me reach out to somebody, just scroll through. It's like, I haven't talked to this person for a while. And I know of some other people who are also doing this and they're like amazing social connectors. So I think it's not just something you do when you're a bit weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Next thing is to practice rituals. And rituals, I mean like cultural reasons to gather, right? Like hosting things is like scary, especially if you don't have a reason. So it also takes time every time to kind of think about something to host. So, but like we have lots of reasons to meet. Like culture made that easier for us because it just came up with random reasons that we can then take as a reason to meet other people. The easiest is your birthday, right? Like if everybody would just celebrate their birthday, there would be already like tons more social events. And it is a beautiful thing to do, right? I think there is, at least like talking to some friends, for some people, there is like some weird like scarring from like puberty where like birthday parties were like some kind of like competition who could like invite the most people and who had the most friends. And it was like maybe a bit traumatic. And then people just stopped celebrating the birthdays. You can have a beautiful birthday thing by just inviting two friends for beers and or you do a dinner or you like, it doesn't have to be like this massive party thing, right? But it's a beautiful reason to like be vulnerable with your friends and have them celebrate you and just enjoy that day. Then like lots of other rituals are like anything, of course, like from your cultural heritage, right? Like I celebrate Christmas. Like it's a great reason to see my mom. I see my mom like 4 times a year. Like this is one of them. If we wouldn't just always celebrate Christmas, like I probably would see her like 1 time less. So like just use those rituals we have already, right? Like New Year's, but like also like some of my friends, they just always watch Eurovision Song Contest together, right? Like it's like not what you would think of as a regular ritual, but like it is one in the modern era, right? Like sports games, work events, anniversaries, like none of these are like important in itself, but like we kind of create these rituals around them. And it's like just a beautiful, easy way to meet. And the last one is like you just create your own, right? Like maybe you create a board game night every Thursday, or you create a monthly, I don't know, like bike riding to the beach, or like the important thing is just, I think, like if you feel like there's something connecting your friend and you, it's like try to find something that you can just like do repetitive on a repetitive basis. Because if that's not the case, you rely on both of you like always taking initiative to organize something new, and like both of you are busy and you just can't be bothered, and then it dies, right? So like in order to build a friendship, finding these recurring rituals or like habits is I think the easiest thing to do. My partner, she found a new friend randomly in the streets who is doing cold plunges every morning in the rivers here in Amsterdam. And I'm sure like a fun friendship is going to come out of this, because like every week they now cold plunge together throughout the year, and they probably would build a friendship otherwise, right? Like, and it's like having reasons like this is, I think, a super fun way to build these.
Yeah, definitely. I think two things that come to my mind that I try and do is if I ever think of someone, I'll just message them and just message them what I'm thinking or why I'm thinking about them. And the second one I think is kind of an interesting one is like sometimes if I want to talk to someone, but I feel like I don't really have that much to say, I'll just make something up or just anything, the last thing you talked about or like something on my mind, and just like don't let, your kind of mind be like, oh, I have nothing to say, or, there's no updates. Just creatively make something up, ask AI, I don't know. And but these two have served me quite well, because I think I used to be someone who didn't reach out as much, and like now I just make it up as I go along, or just as soon as I think of them, send a message. So
was there something that flipped, like where you like all of a sudden was like, oh, let me just do this, or like
I think I actually just read it somewhere, probably on Substack. That's where I seem to get most of this life advice stuff from. So, but like for a lot of people, for example, last night there's like a big tennis game on, and I have a friend who's like really into tennis. So I just said, well, hey, you're watching the tennis game, and like then we had a conversation and caught up a little bit. So I think also just having this like memory association with certain people and like their traits or things they like can be kind of a good trigger as well.
Right. Yeah, I have to get so much better at this. I'll use this episode to all friends be warned. From now on, you'll get more messages from me.
I love it. I love it. Great.
Yeah, the last part is like, I think for a lot of people, like when we talk about these rituals, somebody has to host those. Right? Like, so like that means organizing, that means inviting, that means like maybe doing it in your own space. And that can feel, I think, quite difficult, right? Because like, what if nobody shows up? Or like, what if, you have to like clean up at home and make it all nice and stuff. And the biggest thing here is, I think, to reframe this from like everything has to be perfect to like when it's not perfect, that's actually nice, because like it is vulnerability from your side, right? Like you show like that you're not perfect, which is exactly what people want to see to build friendships, right? Like, so embrace this. Like, don't clean up at home when you invite people. It's like, don't cook a like 5-course dinner, but like just order pizza, or like make it really easy for you. And also like, you don't have to start out like hosting a super complex, fancy thing. It's like, start small, like start comfortable, start with what you're okay with. And as always in life, like you don't have to do it alone, right? Like do it with somebody else. It'll be much more fun. And if nobody show up, well, at least you two can do whatever you plan to do, right? Like do something you like, and make it a fun activity and not a stressful one. And then probably, as always, you will stress a bit right before people show up, but like just it's part of the game, no?
Yeah. It's also that exposure therapy and building that muscle, I think.
Yeah.
So that's also really useful to do. I'm terrible at host. I get so nervous, but my partner's a bit better, fortunately. So it's a good balance.
Yeah, we try to make it a habit to host something every month now.
Nice.
And we immediately like got rid of that habit again, because for like summer is like so busy. Actually, like we don't want more stuff, but it's gonna continue in winter again. And at least the first few things, we always like picked like a random activity. My recent favorite one was we did these signs that people have had protests. We did like a brunch where we just bought a bunch of croissants and coffee, and got a bunch of cardboard sticks. And then we had like, I don't know, like 6 people over, all of us like made like signs. There was like a women's march in Amsterdam, and then we kind of marched together. And that was like super wholesome and fun, and just random stuff, whatever you're into. And,
Great, amazing. Yeah, anything else before we wrap up here?
No, I think that's all. Maybe a reminder that like if you want to build a habit, like reaching out to people more regularly, can you like read our kind of guide on behavior change on this? And one of the best things is to bet money on actually doing this. So we have an app on app.euzoia.org, and you can put money on the line there of whether or not you're going to reach out to your friends. And if you're not reaching out to friends, then we're going to donate the money. So somebody's going to benefit either way.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be, crazy amount of money. It can be what you want it to be. Okay, amazing. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. We're going to be back next week. Do we have the topic for next week, Christoph?
I think we do. So this one was how to deepen friendships, right? Then the next one, I think it's going to be about how to I have no idea. We'll find out. We'll find out next week. I wrote half the article already, but my memory isn't working quite as good right now.
Okay.
That's why I keep notes on which friends I should reach out to.
Great. Well, we'll see you next week for a mystery topic, but I'm pretty sure it's still going to be on friendships and
It's going
relationships.
to be relationships. Yeah, friends and relationships.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, great. We will see you next week. Thanks for listening.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.